It was. I had it in my ear.
Where you where you from, Paige?
I am from Cortland, New York, upstate.
And you know Esther, right? You guys used to party
I
together.
Yes, I know Esther. Yeah, yeah. If it
That's
wasn't
it.
for her, I wouldn't know about this because I do want to tell my story, and I just get
Okay,
really emotional about it.
that's fine.
Right,
It's very powerful from where we come from to where we are today,
right.
right? And sometimes I feel like I don't even deserve this life that I live today,
Right, me
just
neither.
because of all the stuff that I've done. You know, all the people I've hurt, all the wreckage I've caused. But God did see fit for us to have this life, so we always have to remember that, and we always have to try to reach out and try to help the next person. That's why I started this whole podcast thing.
Right. Like it's that's actually kind of awesome. Like when I get spare time, I try to go into town where it all started. And like I don't try to preach to them, but try to show them like look at me, like you don't recognize me. You all thought I was a stranger. Like I just want to show them what they can do if they want to. I'm not trying to like force them to get clean if
Right,
they
and
don't
you
want to
can't
get
force
clean.
anybody. Yeah,
No.
but all you can do is plant that seed and water and go back and water it.
Yep.
You want to tell me about your childhood?
Childhood was, I mean, I bounced around a lot as a kid. Like, I moved a lot. So I almost went to, like, I started in Cortland and then I moved to Marathon. I got expelled from there. I went to Homer. I actually graduated from Homer. That's not really a bad school. My family was into, like, drinking and doing drugs, and I grew up in that. So I pretty much grew up in a bar life and seeing them do that, knowing they try to hide it from us as kids. So I also grew up with my grandparents my whole life, and then like 12 or 13, moved in with my mom again. So yeah, a lot of trauma there. Um, she used to get beat, like they'll get into physical fights and they'll fight in front of each other, like in front of us. So I grew up with that in my life too. So I'm like full of trauma, but I think that's where it like really hit me hard. Like I didn't have an
And
inner happy childhood.
you don't have to say the name of the club. But you said your father was in a motorcycle club.
I did like my ex ex stepdad, yeah.
Oh,
He's like a
stepdad.
retired. Yeah, it was a lot. He grew a lot of marijuana back then
Uh
before it
huh.
was legalized up here. So it was like the black market. That's what it called it. So I grew up in that childhood, and then those type of bikers came around and started buying quantities and more, and then bringing different stuff into the household. So like that was more of a party life from 16 to like 18. That's all I knew is driving to the bars, seeing these people in and out. Like
And you
it
thought it
was
was
crazy.
normal? Did you think it was a normal lifestyle?
I honestly, in my eyes, I thought it was normal, but getting older and then getting into the stuff I was doing, I don't think that was a normal life that anybody should live,
No,
to be honest.
no, not at all. So
No.
when did you first pick up a drink or first pick up weed or any substances?
Weed I picked up at like, I have to say like 16, because that's where I moved into is weed. And then the partying, I was drinking like at 17, 18, and then going to friends' parties and drinking and smoking weed and doing it like that.
Was it just social or were you doing it at home by yourself too?
Weed I was smoking at home by myself, like a lot. Like I ate, like I over medicated myself. Now you learn your ways of medication, like it's medical now or whatever. But I was over medicating where I didn't want to feel how I felt living in and growing up in that house that I did. Because I used to cut myself at 16. I would hide that. I was getting tattoos at 18 without permission. Like I was horrible. It went from weed to pills and then it just off to the races, I guess.
So when did you notice that your life was becoming out of hand?
When I moved into Cortland, I got kicked out of the house.
Okay, and what transpired from that?
Um, I started living like I don't want. Some people call them like unfit, like slum lords. Like I was living in a slum lord down on South Ave. Like it was bad. It was multiple rooms, like above a bar, but it was like not a bar anymore. It was like a giant trap house. That's when I went downhill. I went from smoking weed to doing pills, and then it led into the harder stuff.
What were you doing, blues?
Um, I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
So, when you were living in that trap house, did you think that you were living on top of the world, or did you know that your life was already spiraling out of control?
I knew it wasn't very good to be living there, and I knew my life was going to spiral, but I didn't think it was fall as fast as 15 years of doing it. It
So
was,
go,
yeah.
you can go ahead and get into it, like from the
Like,
moment that you.
okay, so like I've been an addict for 15 years and I'm sober for a year and a half and I'll be 2 years in December.
Nice.
So like falling down onto South Ave and being around those people because that's where you live now and you're used to being around the drug and everybody else. So living there and then I got evicted out of there and I moved out to another motel out there in Popeville. It's like maybe a mile and a half from town if you walk it. I would walk it every day, just not to be sitting there with a bunch of other people around me doing the same thing, and then them coming knocking on. Like I semi hated it living in like a motel, so I went and was homeless, but it was like it was weird. I was working, but I was like past all that shit coming into it. I also kind of got a little sober and like 2018, 19 area when I came back from Florida. Just a lot of drugs, I guess. There's just some things are a blur on half of my story, but some things I like hold on to, I guess. I wish people would see more of because things can happen to other girls. Like you can be tricked out. I'm gonna be honest, I've been tricked out. I'm not proud of it. I'm not, but that's like if you're trying to get into a gang or somebody, or they just want to use it to get money because they think they're big bad dealers when they're not. So I've been there. I've been homeless. I lived in a tent for years. I've had a dog sick on me. I mean, I've been through some trauma. I don't what I mean, what you want me to keep? I'm not. I don't know how far you want me to keep going.
Yeah, keep rolling with it.
I'm hard. um Like you mentioned Esther. I met Esther when I fell in love with this kid when I came back from Florida, and he's been sober from needles for 8 years. And I met him. He got into the meth with me, and then let him move in with me, and we spent like almost 3 years together. And he got really sick. We went to the hospital where I'm from 7 times in 1 month because he slipped and fell and twisted his knee in between the railroad tracks. And they looked at us as, oh, you're just addicts. You're just here for painkillers. You're just here for this. So they just kept putting us off, telling him, oh, he sprained his knee. And it really turned out he had cellulitis in his body and it was killing him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and my mom took me away to get sober in Moravia for a while. But I told him to go to this house. I know it's selfish of me to say this, but go to the house and tell this girl, because this girl was infatuated with my boyfriend. I'm like, just tell him whatever you got to do till I have enough money to put you in a motel somewhere. And that's when I got a phone call. I had enough money. I had somebody called me and told me that they pushed him to the ER in Cortland. And they lied to me because somebody's aunt found him on the sidewalk, unresponsive, in a wheelchair. And to come find out, they gave him a hot shot because he was sick of suffering. So that broke me, like I came out of my sobriety. Like I was buying Molly by the fucking weekend. Like every Friday I got paid, I would go somewhere and buy it because I didn't know how to like feel them emotions. Like I lost him. Like there goes my best friend. You killed my best friend. There was like three people that pushed him to that hospital and was in the house when it happened. I'm like, what the hell? So I had anger on those people, and I've honestly stopped a truck in the middle of the road, slammed my brakes with two other people in my car, and hopped out on one of the kids. I didn't touch him, but I just kept screaming, "You're a murderer!" Like I was so angry. I had people jumped. I was a monster. And then I lost my grandfather, like apparently right after him, like a year after him. So like his grief just held me out high, where I was getting high for like 3 weeks, 6 weeks straight. I'd be up for like 7 days a week, bro. um, I was more of a smoker and a snorter, but I've tried shooting up. I just didn't like the mentality of it. And it's the first time I shot up, I did 20 cc's to 100 cc's. 'Cause the 20 didn't do shit, apparently. To me, because I've been up for weeks. I don't know. I don't know. So the 100 cc's ended up fucking banging me out. And I ended up in E1 for like 2 weeks because I was mentally unstable. I couldn't function. And I called the cops on myself. That's when I had enough.
So E1's like a psych hospital.
Yeah, like, yeah, yep, yeah, just in the hospital, like E1, yeah, yep.
Okay. And you said you had 3 years sober?
2 year, it'll be 2 years in December.
No, 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 no. Before the first time you tried to get sober.
Yes, I was sober for like maybe years, maybe 8 months, and I relapsed.
And
And
then,
then
after you went to the E1, is that when you had that turning point to get sober, or did it continue to
it
it kept
continued.
going?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was so ashamed of myself. It just kept going, bro. Um, Last year after Thanksgiving, if my mother was awake, I would show the photo. Aster's seen the photo of me laying in the hospital bed because I had so many drugs in my system. It was called Rhino. I don't know if you ever heard. It attacks the kidney and the heart
Mm-mm, never
first.
heard of it.
Okay,
Wow.
so it's like it was eating my muscles or within. I would have to. I wish she was awake. She could tell you.
Let me look it up.
Girls, sorry, got little
No,
ankle biters.
it's okay. Yesterday when I filmed an episode, my dog went on this barking rampage, and because I left my front door open, and it was just right here, and I was like, no. And I can't yell at her to stop because it's recorded.
I'm live, right? I'm like yelling at my animals online. I'm like, oh god.
Let me
Yeah.
see if I can find it. What is it? What does it do? It attacks
What? Um, Linda,
that
what's
thing
that
you're.
rhino called? Oh god.
I don't know what it's called.
You don't know? Don't remember it? Do you want to describe it to him?
It's just from all the drugs in your system was breaking down the muscle tissue and poisoning your heart and your liver and your kidneys.
Rhino orbital cerebral
Yes.
mucosimus.
Yep.
If I pronounced
Yep.
that right, I doubt I pronounced it
Yes.
right. We'll just call it the rhino.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I call it too because I can't be I can't pronounce big
Yeah,
words.
that's too long.
Yeah, I looked horrible. Like I don't know if you would want to. I don't know if I should show my that type of photo on here to actually, I don't know.
Hey,
Like I
if
would
you
like to, but I don't know if that's gonna like traumatize this broadcast or not.
no bring it. Like people need to see like
You looking
what
for that
drugs
photo?
do.
She's
Like
looking for it. Right, and this happened last year after Thanksgiving, like a year before, because I got 2023 as my sober date for December 9th. So it happened
No.
November area. I don't even want to look at it. I'll let the world look at it, but I don't look at it because I am proud of myself where I am today.
hey,
Okay, how do we just Is it too close? You got another one, Lindy?
There you go.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yep. I recently just looked at him. I won't look at him, but I just looked at him with you guys for the first time in a year and a half. Yeah, I definitely don't wish that on anybody. That's why I'm proud of Esther for letting me know about this opportunity to speak out. Yes, just somebody somewhere to see we do recovery. I'm proud of myself. I got a great smile now. I mean, I ain't gonna pull them out on you guys, but I got a great smile. I never had a great smile before.
So, so you've been clean. What is it? Almost 3 years, you said?
Two. It'll be
Two.
two in
Okay.
December. Yep.
So when you got clean, did you go to a rehab or did you just like stop
So
cold turkey?
my first rehab was in PA. I'm not gonna shout it out on here because I mean I went there and people before that told me it was their system there wasn't very good. Like on helping you cope on certain things in there. It was more like a getaway from home. It's like someone says for jail, like a getaway from home where you learn some things but not a lot. So I was there. I was clean for 6 months after I got out of there, and I relapsed a seventh month. And when
So
that
after,
happened in November, I went cold turkey for 8 months in Texas at my sister's. I
so
moved
why?
back up in here in August. Yep.
And you got high.
Nope. I got high before I left. This new one, November of that year,
2023.
2023 of November. After I got out of the hospital, I stayed at my grandmother's till like December area. December 9th is the day I left here to go to Texas for 8 months. I was with my sister and brother-in-law, cold turkey in it. I didn't go to no rehab, no nothing. I cold turkey from everything. And then I started doing my mental health. I got a good little job where it didn't, I mean, it paid me, but it didn't pay me a lot because it's different down south. Apparently.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. But I was there and I came back in August because my grandma wasn't doing very well. My grandma paid for my tickets. My Linda picked me up.
Yeah, Linda paid for your ticket.
Or Linda, you or grandma? One of you two paid for my ticket to come back. Because I wasn't doing very good down there because like the job and the little apartment I got on Locum wasn't paying off as much and my hours were getting cut. So I moved back home and I've been in Marathon for a year and a half staying to myself. Um,
How far is
yeah,
Marathon from the town we used to run around?
45 minutes.
No, it's only like a
Oh.
20-minute.
20-minute drive, like a 20-minute
Oh.
drive, but I'm not walking there. I don't have I just got my license sent to me from Florida finally, but I don't drive to Cortland. If I go to Cortland, I'm only seeing like 4 people that are in my little circle that are sober and doing good for them. But that's all I see. So I don't have temptations to run off and get high with them people anymore. I I really don't. Like I sat my real test was watching my aunt's house while she went out of state to see her grandbaby for the first time. And I stayed in her apartment in Cortland for like 8 days watching her cat. And we're not allowed to go to the courthouse park anymore because there's people doing things that you shouldn't do there, like in public in the daylight. So I go there and I sit up there, and that's where I kind of preach to them, but talk to them at the same time because I was there. And they call me the OG retired of the streets, and they tell everybody, do not offer me anything at all, ever. Don't do it, because I don't want to do it. Like that was my real test, and I think I did really freaking good. I sat there for 2 hours in the sun, got a sunburn, just talking, making them feel like a human.
So when you got sober this time, what did you have to change about yourself, and how did
People,
you go
places, and
about changing
things.
it? Okay.
People, places, and things. That's the best. I mean, that's the best thing you can get from going through rehab is people, places, and things. And my mother has said to me 100 times over and over, and I just did not want to listen to that because I thought they were my people and my places and my thing. No, 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 they're not. They just want to use you, get whatever you got, steal from you, and say you're my friend. No, that's not a friend. If
No.
you wanted something, I would have helped you out. If I didn't have it, I mean, I would try to help you. But yeah, people, places, and things.
And did you have to change like any of the habits, like dishonesty, stealing, and all that? Like,
Yeah, I've stolen. I've done, yeah, and I've apologized and did what I needed to do to the other people that I hurt in my past while going on for 15 years of I've made amends to a lot of people, but a lot of people won't take your amends because of how much hurt you've given them in the past. And I
right.
understand that now what I was doing wrong.
So you do AA or NA?
Nope.
Oh
I don't
no.
do none. I just
Okay.
I let the inner power. They talk about inner power in a rehab. So my inner power was to sit at grandma's and take care of grandma's, even if I didn't have a job. Like a job would fall into my lap when the Holy Spirit says it's able to fall into my lap. So for that whole year and a half up to like maybe a month ago, I started working a good job in Syracuse, and my Linda works there too, but in a different company. So I carpool with her every day to Syracuse and back home. So that's pretty much what I do. I just stay home and don't do anything but hang out, I guess. That's my
And
NA.
what?
Uh, I just don't really have time in my eyes for that, and that's kind of lame to say, but people do need NA and AA. I'm not against it. I just
Right.
work now and happy with my life right now.
Yeah. So now that you're clean, was that your mother in the background?
Yes, yeah.
So now that
That
you're
was my
clean,
number one supporter.
okay. So now
Wellness
that
check
you are
calls.
now that you're clean now, how is your relationship with your
My
mom, with
Linda a
your
lot
family?
better.
Okay.
More. I never had a mom-daughter relationship. We did, and then I got into the drugs and I just pushed everybody away pretty much and felt shameful of myself. But right now we have an awesome. We've been
We deal with our mental health better.
yeah, we she finally got diagnosed with BBD, and I was the only one that had it, and I didn't understand where I get borderline and nobody else has it or diagnosed, so I'm so confused. So she feels how I feel now, and it our mental health is wonderful together.
So if
Yep.
you could go back and change one thing, what would you change?
And I do have a little boy. I just don't feel comfortable enough about talking about it right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do have a little boy, and when I got kicked out and moved into this other girl's house, I knew I should have just went back with the baby and stayed with the family because I don't have the baby right now. It's in a different kind of situation. But one day when I'm more confident with myself, I will reach out. You know what I mean? But that day I would have changed. Yeah,
I get that.
definitely.
So what can you tell somebody that's listening right now that's using and like doesn't quite know where their life's gonna take them?
I'm a
What would
Right
you tell
now
them?
you guys can totally contact me on Facebook, on TikTok. I don't care about followers, but I am here for you. Even if you're a stranger and you don't know me, I will support you, help you, guide you in the right spot. Even if you need somebody to lean and just tell me. I'm here like for anybody, honestly. Even if my circle's little, don't be scared to approach me or, anything like that.
Transparent, honest communication.
Yeah, what she said, transparent and communication.
Transparent, honest communication.
If you can tell your younger self one thing, right? What would it be?
Don't do it. They are not your friends. It's just don't do it, honestly. Because I love my inner child, but I murdered that little inner child. Don't do it. I wish you could do it. Don't do it. Don't even think about it.
My
And
advice to you is to forgive yourself for all your mistakes. That's the hardest thing.
Hmm.
do you regret anything that's happened in your past, or do you think
Yes
that
and no. I
do you,
wouldn't have met Dylan if it wasn't for me coming back to Florida. I wouldn't have met him. I mean, he was pretty much the greatest butt plug boyfriend I could have asked for. Understood me, loved me for me, seen me for me. A lot of people don't see me for me or love me for me, even if I'm sober. You know, I'm just me.
I really think like I don't regret anything in my past, right? Because it's all a story, right? And we can always use our stories to help other people, right? And those struggles that we went through are what shaped us to be who we are, right? Because the man upstairs always has a plan, right? He'll never let you endure more than you can handle, but at the end of the tunnel there's always going to be light, and there's always going to be a new creation.
I'm definitely a new creation. I'm more weirder. I actually do let my weirdness out. I don't even care. People can be a new creation of themselves. You just gotta believe in yourselves first. And the
I,
man
I,
upstairs.
I really think that when we get sober, right? Because like my whole life, I didn't know who I was. I knew who I wanted to portray myself to be, and I put on all these masks to impress the people I was around, right? So when I got
Right.
sober, I had to learn who Brandon was, not who I, not who this facade was or all these masks were, right? And it's
Right.
like I have over 5 years clean, and I'm still learning like what I like to do, like who I am, how can I be better, right? I
Right.
think every day, like especially if we've been using and messing around most of our life, we have a lot of catching up to do, right? Because like we didn't have normal childhoods, I guess you can say, right? Most
Right.
most of the people who use drugs and drink didn't have a normal childhood, right?
Charlie, yeah.
So they never got to experience like
Fun. Enjoyment.
fun. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we didn't know that inner child because we're presented with this way of life that we adapted to, right? So now that when we get sober, it's like we're being born again, right? Like spiritually, mentally, physically, right?
All
Because
love, yep.
we don't know who we are. We don't know what we like. We can say that we like this, but do we really like it? Or do we only
Right.
like it because somebody else likes it? So like it's a learning process every single day, that's for sure. Like we have a lot of catching up to. Like I didn't from 12 to 30 I was messing up my whole life, right? So now it's time to play catch up and like really
Right.
trying to get it cracking.
Yeah, I mean, me being sober, I mean, I get to do all that fun stuff like you're talking about. Like, I've been to maybe 4 or 5 concerts this year doing adult fun. Like, that's your inner child just going to do something fun. And I've been doing that. I just got tickets for Save Mabel. So I'm really excited about that. Um, they can, if I can do it, they can do it. I mean, if they want to do it.
Absolutely. It's and it's so crazy. Well, I guess from the outside looking in on addiction now, it may have been like that when we were using, right? But I just think it's gotten so out of hand within the past few years, right? But like I
Right.
said, maybe it's us on the outside looking in that we see it differently than if we're in the inside looking out, right? But
Yeah.
like it's
I
just
I definitely see it differently now, and that's why I kept trying to tell everybody. I'm like, just for me, because I'm one of them. I used to get picked on all the time, even if I was a user or not. To there quietly observe the people around me. That's even from in the bubble and looking around, like you know who's who or you know what's what. But when you're outside and you see clearly, you can totally see different how
right.
people move and stuff, and it's kind of like a miracle. Now you see where you stand on your tippy top and not down below, feeling the way you all feel every day.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's gotten out of hand with all the fentanyl and all that, right? It's
Especially here.
it's
I'm not saying we're bad here, but it's bad here.
I think it's bad everywhere right now. Like I know out here, like, cause I go out and I do homeless outreach, right? And I pass out Narcan, right? Like, look, I got
I watched your yeah, I watched your live yesterday, and I'm
that's
like, oh
all
my
Narcan.
goodness, good
Yeah.
job.
So like, it's these guys will tell stories. Like, there's this one guy that we always see, and he was telling us that he's brought back so many people to life and all this, and it's just it's super sad. We're not dealing with the
It
heroin
is sad.
epidemic. We're dealing with the
I've saved
fentanyl.
so many lives too. I know how to exterminate the nose and the one in your leg. I've had to go that far to put the one in your leg. Like that
Oh,
shit is scary.
yeah, for sure.
Scary. But I've saved so many people, and there's the ones that I saved. I think got a reality check to get sober, and I'm very proud of them.
That's all it
Sorry about the
takes.
four
Is
wheeler.
That's all it's all it takes is like you're planting that seed, right? So you by you saving somebody's life, you planted a seed, right?
Right.
Maybe that plant's gonna get watered and it's gonna grow, right? Like, are those people still sober?
Yes.
See,
Yes.
the seed was
Yep.
planted, it was watered, and it grew. That's what it's all about, right? They may not want it right away, and it may take years for them to
Yep.
want it. But if you continue to
Water the
plant the
plant.
seed, water it,
Yep.
right, and keep coming back, I guarantee you, like, it will grow. You know.
Right.
Do you have any questions for me?
Not specifically, but I'm very proud of you, of the man you became now, and the progress. This right here is amazing.
Thank you.
Like, it's awesome.
It's not me. It's all God. God put this one on my heart to do. Because
Right.
initially,
And that's
I would like to be a speaker to help people, right? Like
right.
kids on the right path, at risk youth, and all that. But I work full time, so I can't always go in there. But this is the next best thing to helping somebody. You know, like who isn't
Right.
on social media today?
Right. Who isn't?
Yeah,
We
everybody's
all
on
live
social media.
here.
And I was telling Esther earlier. I was at church yesterday, and my pastor said, "The world is always so involved with social media, right?
Yep.
And they care about now how many followers they have, okay? And like lately I've been struggling with that, right? I'm trying to get my followers up, right? Just so I reach like a bigger audience, right?
Right.
And he said, you can have 10,000, or he said something along the lines, you can have 10,000 followers, right? But how many of those followers are you actually serving, right?
Right.
Are they just on your page because they're there and they're just taking up space, or are you actually interacting with them? And if they're struggling, or not even struggling, right? Like they're just going through something, are you there to serve them and help them out?
Right.
So
I
that
don't.
really that hit home yesterday. I was like, whoa,
Yeah. I heard it earlier, and I was like in my head, I'm like the only followers I really have is I play Call of Duty Mobile, so I have my Call of Duty Mobile people, and then the 4 friends on my social media that I talk to every day. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all
everybody,
I need.
everybody, yeah, everybody gets so wrapped up in the followers, and I am guilty of that too. But I think it's time to start more serving than worrying about that. Because if you're serving, you're doing what you're supposed to do, the rest will come. It will target a bigger
Right.
audience no matter what.
Right.
I think so.
Yeah. Me too.
Do you have anything else for me?
I do not,
No.
sir. No.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And I'll like a follow up in like maybe 6 months, you know,
Okay.
and then we'll go from there, see what's changed, or
Right. Okay.
what kind of blessings have came. Because it's all good to hear. It shows people like, hey, I'm sober and this is happening now. Like I
Right.
was I was just telling Esther, like I got sober and I got in contact with my son after 15 years, right?
Right.
Like
If you
that's
can
the
do it,
stuff.
I can do it one day.
Yeah, exactly,
One
right?
day.
There's and it just came out of the blue, right? My boss found him
Right.
and just all this, right? And it was just like, whoa. But yeah, it absolutely, and I think people need to hear that, like, just because you get sober doesn't mean that you get everything back right away, right?
No,
Sometimes
you
it
do
takes
not.
years. It
It's
takes,
one day at a time. Like it's
yeah,
small increments. I
like,
prayed for a job for so long, thinking I would get it, and then I didn't get it, and then I finally got the really good job.
right.
You guys can
It's
do it.
all
If
in
I
his
can do it,
time.
y'all can do it.
Yeah,
Just one day
absolutely.
at a time, man.
Yeah, and I think that people need to see that, okay, yeah, I'm sober, but yet I don't have this, and I don't have that, right? I don't have my
Right.
family back yet. Stuff like that because, and then you pop in 6 months later or 3 months later, you got any updates? Yeah, I got my kid back, right? Oh, hell
Right.
yeah. You
Or
know
I
what I
got
mean?
visits or something like that. Like that.
Something
I
like
don't even
that.
care. Like
It's
something. Great.
something. It's always
Wonderful.
progress. We're always trying to move forward, not backwards.
Yep.
That's what it's all about. Every day, moving forward, being a better version of yourself than you were the day before.
Yep.
That's what I
If you're
truly
angry the day
believe.
before, let it go the next day. It's a brand new day.
Let
Brand
it
new
let it
day.
go when you go to bed.
Yeah, that too. Sleeping.
That's it. Don't wake up with it.
Right.
Well, I appreciate you being on the show, and
Thank
I will
you.
definitely keep in contact, and we'll do a follow-up.
Okay. Sounds like a
All right.
plan.
All
All
right. Thank you.
right.
Have a good day.
You're welcome. You too.
Bye. All right, guys. There you go. There's Paige from New York. If you guys are struggling with any type of addiction or just any kind of struggles, my socials are always open to you. My TikTok is broken, the number two, redemption, right? My email is broken, number two, redemption at gmail.com. If you're interested in being on the podcast, you can go ahead and hit me up there too as well. Thank you guys for listening and stay